right, we are back now on our Syracuse Giving Day live show from the Shine Student Center. And the spotlight in this hour is on Syracuse Abroad and Study Away, two incredible programs for Syracuse University that I can't wait. We have students coming up in this hour who are in Chile, who are in England, and who are in France, and they will join us live to talk about their experience. But I have one student who is right next to me today, and he is my co-host for this hour. His name is Carson Fowler. Carson, you are a senior here at Syracuse. Tell us, who is Carson Fowler and what's next for you after graduation?
Oh my God, it's hard to believe there's like 6 weeks left until the real world, but who is Carson Fowler, man? That's an elongated question.
We have a lot of time.
You know, born in Charlotte, North Carolina, actually lived abroad for a fair bit in London, England, but
Awesome.
I really call home Shaker Heights and Cleveland, Ohio.
All right.
Decided to come to Syracuse to study broadcast and digital journalism, ended up adding an economics major, but I have absolutely loved my time here, and I'm going to leave with a lifetime of memories. I love Syracuse.
Awesome. So I know you had the opportunity to do one of our Study Away programs. So we often talk about Syracuse Abroad, but tell me about Study Away. What did you get to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I did the Newhouse NYC program. I worked for SNY, which if you don't know, it's opening day. They're the television provider of the New York Mets. So I did content coordination and logistics for them. So I basically sat on their news desk, and we'd get all of our video from Port St. Lucie, where they do training camp, and from New York's Met City Field, and basically just work with all of our teams internally and with any outlets externally if they needed our content. It was a really wild ride, and I really loved where I lived in New York City. I lived on the Upper East Side. It was kind of magical. It was about a walk away from the Met and the Central Park, so just a blast being there, honestly.
Awesome. Well, I had an opportunity. This was a long time ago, before Carson Fowler was alive, probably, if I do the math correctly, study
We were
abroad.
Communications majors, not the math majors.
Yeah,
We're
I
good.
don't do math. But I had the opportunity to study abroad in Madrid, Spain. And I actually learned as I was lining up student guests for this show that my host mother, Beatriz, in Madrid is still hosting students 20 years later. Now, she was in her 60s when she was our host mom, so that makes her in her 80s now.
Oh
but
my gosh.
bless her heart, Beatriz is still hosting, and that's just such an important experience. Abroad and away, they're just unbelievable opportunities for our students.
You know, it's funny. My mom went to Skidmore University, but she did the Syracuse Abroad program when she was in college.
Awesome.
98.
Well, we know that for so many of the students, it's just not possible to have these experiences without, whether it's financial aid or scholarship support. And as we said, you're going to hear from 3 of them in just a bit, but we wanted to have a vlog from one of our students. Her name is Ella Roerden. She got to study in Florence. Now she's in Santiago, Chile. She's been vlogging the entire time. We took a couple of her vlogs from Chile, put them together, and we're about to watch those.
Yeah, and when you come back, you'll also hear from 3 other students in 3 different countries. So after Ella's vlog, definitely stay with us. You want to hear that interview.
The first day after we arrived, there are 11 of us in the program. We all went to a hotel to start our orientation. And after our day of PowerPoints and helpful safety information ended, we got to explore. So we found a really fun little park with a lot of art in it, public art exhibits. That was really cool.
It's our first day in Chile! Woo!
Then we explored some more. We found a very interesting mall with an array of very odd shops and kiosks.
Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun?
And after our exploration afternoon, we went out to dinner. A very funky little place with slinkies hanging from the ceiling. And then the next day, we got up pretty early to head off on a boat tour of the glaciers near Puerto Natales, and well, I'll let the clips speak for themselves, but that was like one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced in my whole life. It was also some of the strongest wind I've experienced in my whole life, so I'm gonna leave the audio on in some of the clips so that you can hear just how insanely windy it was, because I've never experienced wind like that before. On the boat on the way to the glaciers, we also got to see just some other surroundings of the region, and that included these birds that are coming up in the next clip. They're not penguins, but they're like kind of a cousin of penguins or something like that. They're called cormorants.
I don't know about all of you, but I'm experiencing some extreme FOMO after watching that vlog from Santiago, Chile. Again, we're going to bring Ella on, and Greta and Nicole, 3 outstanding students who are studying abroad. But this whole show is going to have trivia throughout it, so I'm going to sprinkle in some questions. And our winner gets an inflatable Syracuse sports fan. It's kind of a fun little prize. So I'm going to start with our first question, which is true or false. And again, you're seeing these trivia questions right below where our broadcast is airing, right in the chat area. True or false, students can only study abroad through SU's center programs. Is that true or is that false? Take that away. And with that, I'm going to introduce, well, one needs no introduction because we just saw her in the vlog, all these new terms. So one of the ladies with the Syracuse representation this afternoon, or this evening for so many of you. So you've got Ella Roerden, who is in Santiago, Chile. You've got Nicole Cheah, who is in Strasbourg, France. And we have Greta Kirby, who is in London, England. Talk about time zones represented, Carson. How cool is that?
It's pretty awesome.
I'm just really, really excited to have you ladies. So, Ella, I'm going to start with you, because I know you studied in Florence, and now you're in Santiago. What made you choose 2 Syracuse abroad experiences so early on in your Syracuse career?
So I came into college knowing that I wanted to go abroad. I originally wanted to do 4 semesters abroad, 1 each year. Then I realized maybe that's a little bit much. But I think that SU Abroad has so much to offer. And I appreciate that the Santiago Center exists because so many different abroad programs are typically more Eurocentric. But I appreciate that we have a whole other continent to explore as well. And the SU Abroad programs, they really guide you through the whole thing. And I did it once and I knew I had to do it again. I'm working on a 3rd one coming up next year actually too. So yeah, SU Abroad just has my heart, and traveling, seeing the whole world, it just do it in college, because that's
the
when
time.
you're young.
Awesome. Well, before Carson asks our next question, I'm going to ask a question which is very relevant to what you just answered. Which of the following is not a Syracuse University abroad center? A, Florence, B, London, C, Singapore, or D, Madrid? So as we go into our next question, Carson, let's see if folks can answer that one.
I definitely don't have the answer.
Okay, well, good. You're not playing trivia. You're doing the interviews today.
But guys, a question I have for you guys, and any of you guys can pick this up. How has it been immersing yourself in another culture? Any of you can take this, being in another place. If I'd imagine, I'm sure none of you had been to this place prior. What has that been like?
Nicole, why don't you take that one?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. So I live in a homestay. So I live with a French family, and I have been here for the past 2 months. And I think just going to school and like learning French versus like coming home and getting to continue practicing the language. Like that's a completely different ball game because you get to see how French people live and how they like eat and how they just go about their daily lives. And so the whole like cultural immersion aspect, mainly from the homestay, has been like super valuable for me.
And why don't we hear from Greta as well? How about you, Greta, being in London, England?
Yeah, it's been really, really awesome. It's a little bit different, I think, than other programs because there's not exactly the language barrier that we're experiencing, but I think there is still so many differences. And it's been really, really cool to kind of see how they do things different across the pond and get to meet so many different people from so many places. London is an extremely diverse city. So it's been really, really awesome.
All right, one more trivia question, then Carson's got another question for you ladies. So in what year was the Syracuse University Abroad program officially established? Was it A, 1955, B, 1959, C, 1970, or D, 1982? That is our next question. And Carson, why don't you see what Ella has to say on your next question?
Yeah, absolutely. Ella, you mentioned that you've wanted to go abroad not once, not twice. You said you might even do it a third time. Can you share maybe a memorable moment that you had between one of your two experiences being abroad that you'd like to share with us?
So one thing that is going to stay with me forever that I think was in the vlog clip that was shared, is the Patagonia boat trip that we got to partake in here in the Santiago program, because that was honestly one of the days of my life that I felt the most alive, and that like getting to be immersed in the nature and see like the natural world, whereas the program also like shares about the political history. We also get to learn about like the natural geography of the region and get to travel around as part of the Santiago program. And like I just felt so grateful and so lucky to like be seeing that beautiful thing that so few people get to see in life. And yeah.
I told you, you gave us an extreme sense of FOMO as we watched that. We're going, wow, that's so cool. That's awesome.
I even made the mention of the penguins. I was like, that was pretty cool.
They're not right? They're like a family. They're like a member of the penguin.
Called cormorants.
Okay, interesting. The more you know. Okay, next trivia question. The first Syracuse University Abroad program was originally founded in which European city? A, London, B, Paris, C, Florence, or D, Madrid? We have just a couple trivia questions left, but I have a couple questions for these ladies, whether it's Nicole or Ella or Greta, and all of you can really take this. How critical is it that there are scholarships, that there's financial support to allow students to have their Syracuse abroad experiences? I don't know, Nicole, if you want to take that one, or Greta, Nicole, you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. I got a Syracuse Abroad travel grant to help me like finance my study abroad time, and I think it was really helpful with just covering extra little costs like flights and food and things like that. Because when you go abroad, there are certain extra expenses that you do have to take account of, and I think that grant was just useful in like closing those gaps for me.
Amazing. And I want to ask one more question in trivia. We've got a lot of trivia to get through because we have this amazing little guy to give away, this inflatable sports fan. So which Syracuse University Abroad program offers a marine ecology program before the start of the semester where students become certified in scuba diving? Is it A, Madrid, B, Florence, C, London, or D, Santiago? Where can they be certified in scuba diving? That is a very interesting one for me. So Carson, take it away.
Yeah, and I'll go to you with this next question. So I actually lived in London for a fair bit of my life. What would you tell people about if they want to study abroad? How would you describe your experience so far being overseas?
Is that for Ella or for Greta? Go for Greta.
For Greta,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
It's been really, really fun getting to talk to different people, see different things. I think that it's opened my worldview up so much. And one of the biggest things that has happened to me since being abroad that I really didn't expect is I think it gives you kind of a newfound sense of confidence. You're kind of just figuring things out in a foreign country. You've never been there before, but it's really, really fun. And you're doing it on your own and you don't have your, parents there with you. And I just think it's a really great opportunity to kind of find yourself and know that you can be okay in a new place.
Amazing. Our last trivia question before we wrap up our interview with these ladies. The Syracuse Strasberg Center gives students the opportunity to intern with which major international organization? Is it A, the Council of Europe, B, the United Nations, C, NATO, or D, the International Monetary Fund? And then I want to hear rapid fire from each of you. We'll go first to Greta, then to Nicole, and then we'll finish up with Ella. Greta, what's your career goal, whether it's something that's developed after studying abroad or something you've wanted to do since Syracuse University was a part of your life? Tell us what you're thinking for after your graduation.
Post-grad, I'm hoping to work in government. I'm a political science major, and I would love to work in the comms office for like a government official or agency doing hopefully like speech writing or PR. So, yeah.
Amazing. I want alumni who are watching this today to be like, I will hire them someday. So Ella, first Ella, I have a question for you because you're totally representing. What instrument do you play in the band?
I play the clarinet.
Yes! I played the clarinet. Not in the band, but I did in my younger days. So Ella, what's next for you career-wise?
I would like to be an archaeologist. I'm anthropology and international relations, double major, double Maxwell. And I hope to pursue a master's and maybe a PhD in archaeology and then do some digs out in the world somewhere abroad.
Amazing. Good for you. And then Nicole, we'll finish with you in Strasbourg, France. What are you thinking career-wise?
So I'm a double major doing journalism at Newhouse and international relations over at Maxwell. So I hope to go into foreign correspondence, maybe covering affairs in Europe. And I think my time in Strasbourg and like interning at the Council of Europe has definitely set me up well for that. And I'm excited about, post-grad life.
I am so impressed. You lady, right?
So well-rounded, these
Awesome.
three. Honestly, I'm so impressed.
And I know it's getting late, at least where Nicole is and where Greta, although the late for me, I'm a grandma who likes to go to bed at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So you ladies probably have until 11, 12, maybe 1 in the morning before you head to bed. But to Ella and to Greta and to Nicole, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time today to share with us your broad experiences and experiences that, again, are not possible without the support of Syracuse University's incredible alumni donors who really make it possible for you to go and have these incredible experiences. So speaking of donors, Carson.
Yeah, let's go to our Isabel Galan at our update desk. Isabel, let's look at the numbers. What do you got for us?
Yeah, numbers are looking amazing right now, Carson. We have, right now, a little drum roll, we got 4,637 donors. That is incredible, and those numbers are just going to keep on growing thanks to all of your support. So keep on donating. Let's try and get some of these challenges to 100% of our goal, the 44 Forever Challenge. We're right there. We only need another 716 donors, which kind of does seem like a lot. But in the grand scheme of things, the numbers where we're already at, we know we can get it, and we'll get it by the end of the day. But we want to keep seeing those numbers get full. The first-time donors, we know this is a great opportunity to just donate wherever you feel your heart is reaching to most, whether that is a certain organization or maybe the school you graduated from. Send in whatever you can. But since we're talking about abroad, I think it's only accurate to go over to our world map to see where people are donating the most from. Right now, New York is still on top, but I'm from New Jersey, so I want to see 249 donors from the state of New Jersey. Way to go, New Jersey. I mean, I'm not that shocked. We got a lot of Syracuse love from New Jersey. Shout out North Jersey. Shout out Wayne. That's my hometown. I know we have a lot of Syracuse alum from that area as well. California also looking really good, 158 donors. Texas, 53. Let's see some of these. Kansas, Nebraska, 1. Okay, South Dakota. Come on, guys. Text people that you know that's in South Dakota. I mean, I personally don't know anyone in South Dakota. I'm going to have to think about that one a little bit. But let's try to get some of these western states filled out. Idaho, we got one. Thank you to that one vote in Idaho. Louisiana, I'm a little shocked by that one. Louisiana, I think we can get some representation there too. Mississippi got one, but now we were talking about abroad. So let's look at the world map. I know we got a lot of people that are studying abroad right now. 3 in Finland, 4 in Sweden. What else we got? 8 in the UK. Awesome. Netherlands, 3. We even got 4 from Japan. That is so cool to see. Canada, 53 donors. Thank you guys so much. Even though I won't be studying abroad during my time here at Syracuse, I will be doing the New York City summer program, which is through the Newhouse School, which is a great opportunity. I know Carson went to New York City during the semester, but I am going to be going during the summer, which is very exciting. It's the first year that they're doing it, and Newhouse is offering so many incredible opportunities for so many students, as well as all the other schools and home colleges here at Syracuse University, and it's all because of your support at home. So donate whatever you can, and let's try and see some of these states get filled up. By the end of the day, I am determined to get at least one donor from every single state. But we're just going to keep an eye out on those and all the rest of the numbers, but I'm going to send it back to Carson and Kim.
Amazing, Bella. I love it. What I want to show now, we've got a lot of students in Shine today.
There are so many students,
right?
but it's also so nice out, so it makes sense.
We asked the weather gods to cooperate for Syracuse Giving Day.
For Giving Day, that's right.
These the students are absolutely enjoying the photo booth experiences, which is just in the back of Shine. Really taking some nice shots, playing our carnival games, enjoying some free food, and most importantly, back there, that's where our student organizations are tabling to really raise money for projects that are so important to them that alumni can support, parents, fellow students, and again, those leaderboards, it's just really cool to see current students at the top of the leaderboard supporting their fellow students to make these projects come to life. I just love how much fun everyone's having. I feel like I've got to find myself in that photo booth at some point later on today. I do also want to announce we asked all those trivia questions, and we have a trivia winner who is winning an inflatable sports. I still don't really know what that is, but it sounds fun.
I feel like if you put that in your window and someone saw it from the outside, they'd almost be a little scared, but
Yeah.
I think I'd love to have that in my window.
Yeah, well, the winner is Olivia Freed. She crushed it in abroad trivia. So we'll make sure to get in contact with you, Olivia, and send you your inflatable Syracuse sports fan. You'll have to send us a picture of what that looks like because it really sounds like a nice, fun prize. Speaking of fun, our next hour, Chris Velarde is back. He's got a co-host, current student co-host as well. And the topic next hour, I should say, is entrepreneurship at Syracuse University. Wait until you meet these students. There's 2 students who have invented something that can determine whether a drink has been spiked, which is crucially important.
That is a very important invention.
And they're just, what they're doing within the Blackstone Launchpad and just all these entrepreneurship programs at Syracuse, it blows me away. And entrepreneurship is so important at this university. We have the CUSE 50 Awards every November. Really cool to be able to honor our alumni entrepreneurs. And of course, they don't become alumni entrepreneurs without being student entrepreneurs first.
Right.
So we will meet them in the next hour. That's your 4 o'clock show. It's been real talking Syracuse Abroad with you, Carson Fowler. Thank you so much for being on the show. And Carson is graduating. He does need...
You keep reminding me.
I know, I'm sorry.
6 more weeks.
But I want alumni to know he's very talented. So looking for a role
you guys, you can find my LinkedIn on LinkedIn.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much. Again, Syracuse Giving Day, we've surpassed 4,444 donors, which is amazing. I can't wait to see where this day ends up. Can't wait for each and every one of you to be a part of it. Go Orange.